Welcome to Sculpt N Create, the podcast where fitness fuels creativity and creativity fuels performance. I'm your host, Trea Da Fit Artist. Today on Sculpt N Create, we have a truly inspiring guest, someone who embodies the fusion of creativity, resilience, and bold self-expression. Joining us is Aisha Makara, an incredible artist, author, and world traveler who has carved her own path across over 60 countries. Born in Mongolia and orphaned at the age of 2, Aisha's journey is a testament to the power of reinvention and fearless creativity. Her artwork has traveled beyond our world, literally, after being engraved on golden plaques and launched into space with SpaceX, collaboration, and Cosmosis. She's also the author of the Joyful Living Guidebook, a powerful resource of staying centered, vibrant, and creative in today's fast-paced world, all while incorporating her original artwork. Beyond her artistic endeavors, Aisha has built a boutique hotel and property management company in Portugal, is an active member of Burning Man Global Village, and has participated in over 30 art, leadership, and crypto festivals across the U.S. and Europe. And right now, she's gearing up for her next big project, an art walk in Miami. She is here to share her journey, insights, and creative wisdom. So let us welcome Aisha Makara. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Glad you can make it.
Such a long introduction. I'm like listening and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have done already so much in my life, and it's not even everything, you know.
Okay, definitely. I don't know if you watch a lot of hip hop, but Sway in the Moaner, he's very famous for those long intros and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you your flowers because you have done a lot. So we want to highlight that, you know. So
thank you.
You're welcome. So tell us how can we get in touch with you before we get into it. So any links or anything that you have that anybody can follow you before we get started?
You can find me on my website, Aisha.today. It's AISHA.today. And I have my new website that I'm developing right now. It's called joyfulliving.com, where you can find my program and my book and a little bit about me. So I'm developing my mentorship program and online program as well. And I have a one-on-one mentorship program. And I also do the art, of course, where you can find my art on my website, Aisha.today. And I don't use too much like social media, so people can book the time with me by using my website.
Okay, cool.
When they want to talk and get to know me.
Okay.
I think they have like a 30-minute free call.
Okay, cool. So let's get into it. So let's start with your journey. Coming from Mongolia, traveling the world, and becoming an artist and author. Can you take us through that path and what shaped your creativity?
Well, I feel like I've been always very creative because my life was kind of like very free from the beginning and from the start. Of course, in the beginning, when you're like living like this, you're feeling like you feel a need of being like with parents, you're feeling the need to be connected to the normal setting. And in reality, you don't have it. And, in the beginning, of course, you're missing the part of the family and something like that. And after a while, I feel like you're just adapting to the reality that you're living in. And especially as a kid, you don't like so much thinking. You don't think at all, actually. You start to think when you're getting older, like why, like when you started to ask yourself, why my life was like this? Oh, why I'm so like bitter, or why I'm playing victim, or why like I haven't in my life, when I'm looking back at me as a kid, I never look at myself as a victim or a bitter. I always been like very happy, the positive, the mostly like brighter person in the room, always doing my best to kind of like make the positive impact on other people and making the other people's life better while being in their life. And I'm feeling like many times in my life, I started to kind of realizing that I am living a very joyful life and I am creating all my dreams. And I feel that my dreams matter for me in the beginning. So I was creating them in the first place for me. And when I started to travel around the world, or like before I started to travel around the world, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I want to go to New York. I was like, I want to go to London. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to, I was thinking Geneva, or like, let's film Venice and Florence and Rome. And I was thinking my life when I was 18, like I was thinking it's going to take me all my life to do that. And I'm like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I will work and I will like make money and then travel when I can.
Mm.
And what happened is like, it just happened when I turned 20. I travel all the places, and I just feel like everything just happened kind of like in a magical way that you're least expecting that magic can happen. And I believe in magic. I always feeling like magic is something very special, and mystery, whatever mystery of life, it's like working in such a amazing ways that you never know by, by experiencing something that you haven't experienced before, or you have done something that you haven't done before. And I'm feeling like many times people scared to do something that they're scared of doing. They're very scared to face their fears, I would say, the darkest fears. And I feel when I went through a death experience, and I started to think, it's not like my friends started to die because I was not good company, like overdose and like accidents and different things that was not good. And I understood as an orphan, you actually don't survive even until 18. Later in my life, I understood not too many orphans getting into the real world. Many of them like accident drugs and, kind of because they don't receive that love or that support or that kind of like nourishing that normal kids can receive from their parents, have opportunity to receive. Because in that world, it's like it's many kids and then just few adults. And of course, it's no time for adults to take care of the older kids, you know. So for me, it was a way I kind of like started to learn to take care of myself because I want to help this adult to take care of me, like I want to take care of myself. I can do it, So I started to do it in very early age, and since then, I think I've been very independent in many different ways. And when my friend started to die, I started to kind of facing very dark side of my life, and I was very young as well. I was 14, 15, like about 14, 15 years old, between 14 to 15, and what happened is like I started to think about if I never would leave like until I'm 18, and what I'm going to do with my life, what I want to do with my life. So I want to travel. So I started to organize my life in a way that, or dream, or like creating opportunities for myself that I can travel. First, I was traveling around Russia, now I started to travel around Central Asia and hitchhiking. Like I was become a member of different hitchhiking clubs, and kind of like being curious to learn first. And after, of course, you meeting people, you become friends with others, and you started to kind of like exploring different places around your own country or like the country around. Because I didn't speak English that time, was I was learning English. I also like showed I would say entrepreneurial skill when I was 8 to 9. I wrote English school letter to ask them to send me books that I can learn my English myself. And I wrote them like a very long motivation letter explaining my circumstances, and they did. They were sending me for years the books in English. So I was doing my best to learn it myself. So like for me, I always kind of, when I want something, I'm looking for the opportunity, the way I can create it, how I can create it. And when I started to create it, I started to learn, do I really like it? Do I really enjoy it? Is it really me? Is it really like my path or like the path I want to continue to walk? And because in life, you can do absolutely anything. And I understood like when I started to travel, that how expand that traveling expand my mind. And I didn't think I was stopped to think about death. I stopped to think about many other things that was not relevant anymore. And in my life, I changed completely. My life is completely changed in 360 degrees. I was starting to think differently. I was like, okay, I cannot stay anymore in my little town where I was living that time. I got to move somewhere bigger. I mean, even my town was about 500,000 that time, 500,000 people. And so I decided to move to the capital, to Moscow, because I felt like when I moved to the Moscow, so it would be better for me, like to travel more like internationally. And that's why I will create that opportunity in the capital. So I decided like how I can do that. I was very active at university. I was very active like in different like areas accelerate in my university. So they transferred me to Moscow. I was asking for transfer. If it's possible to do that, I get to take like extra exams, extra work to do. And I done all that work. And of course, I get to do like extra other work with politics and stuff like to kind of like make that move easy for me because I get to go to all these different leadership forums and do like this different, I would say, organizing different events, like a big event that's connected to a celebration of like, important celebrations days in Russia history. And so after that, they transferred me to Moscow, and so I got opportunity to move there, continue my study. And after I switched to Norway, I got opportunity to be exchange student, and I took that opportunity, and everyone was telling me like, oh, it's not possible. Every time like coming was all, and I was like, you know what? I just try. If it's not happening, it's not happening. It's not a big deal. I'm already living my dream. So now, like, I'm already like doing what I imagined for myself. It's just the next step. If it's happening, awesome. If it's not, it's great too. It's awesome too. And so it happened, and I moved to Norway, and life became completely easy. Life became completely like super duper easy because I got scholarship. I knew how to play with money, even though I had not so much, but I knew how to kind of like navigate them and organize them. So I started to travel more and already international, like around Europe and Asia, like I did a lot of like solo trips, backpacking by myself. And so for me, I was doing it because I wanted. Because when you started to travel, in very early age, you kind of like feeling like all world is your family. And it's no other place where you go, it's not your family. It's absolutely anywhere you go, it's your family. You're meeting a new friend, a new family member. So that's how I operate. I'm like, everywhere I go, it's my family. It's like people who I love and, who love me as their family. And it's true, happening kind of like a natural. And I'm feeling like maybe because I didn't experience like real family, like in my life. So like the God or universe, whatever you call it, give me this opportunity to experience it and with my travels, with me being me, being this shiny light or like this bright light of like this positivity. I would say like the positivity ball that's just like bright, this positive energy all the time. So I feel like it matters, and I'm very like solution oriented. I'm looking for the solution every time and I'm helping people to look for the solution because I believe until we're here, it's always solution. It's always a way to improve and make things better. And instead to quit it or, of course you can be like disappointed or upset or whatever. It's normal, human way of being. At the same time, it's up to us to decide how much disappointed we want to be, how long disappointed we want to be, And it's normal. It's like a wave. And as an artist, I'm telling my heart is like artist heart or creator heart because I like to create things. I'm feeling like many times people don't understand what it is to live with the heart open, no matter what is going on in your life, no matter how it can be scary and hard and difficult, whatever difficult it is. It's all filter. It's all programs. It's everything is just not real anymore. Anyway, it's all illusion. So make your life as easy as possible. Filter everything through joy. Make absolutely all the things that you're experiencing through joy. I'm just started to practicing that. And, my life becomes so easy. I started to recover from each experience, not easier like experiences in my life, way easier, more lighter. I started to kind of like get over it way easier, like a kid do. I don't even think about that at all anymore. At all. I don't have time to think about that. I'm just focusing what brings me joy, what brings me this amazing feeling of me continue to be me and continue to show up for the people I want to show up. In the first place, I want to show up for myself. That's kind of like things I do. And I'm feeling like, okay, I want to show up for myself and the person. It was not easy, especially when you haven't disappointed, especially when you're getting very like upset about something, about like the lessons of the life giving to you and the different things that you try to approach and it doesn't work the way you want to it work. And many things you fail and fail and fail. You can fail thousands of times. And it's great because you find this diamond in you and you started to kind of like caring about that. You started to kind of like structure that. You started to kind of like work on that and build that. And it takes time. Give yourself that time to fail as many times as possible because it's life. Life is here to create. Life is here to live. Life is here to enjoy. Absolutely all of it because it's life,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Definitely, and it definitely shows a testament to like what you have went through and how you in a broader sense created yourself time and time again. So definitely. So would you say you going across 60 countries really helped shape your creativity? And also, too, second question is, where did the creativity start? Because I know with me being an artist myself, for like drawing and so forth, it started out, towards me writing and everything. It started out with me through pain. I don't want to go into it too much. It was after my grandmama passed and just really not really understanding death, but knowing she's not around anymore. And the teacher happened to have us do some work and stuff like that. Most of my writing, literary works was about her. And during that time, she came to me asking me like, why are you talking about your grandmama, all the time? And I bust out crying, don't tell me I did. These are my feelings. But that's when I would start writing. I was writing poems and other stuff about her. But the teacher noticed my writing abilities through that. So my question is like, do you think the traveling and how your upbringing created or started your creativity, or where did it come from in that sense?
I think like the creativity comes from the heart because of all the experiences we're going through in our life. And, like I'm just was thinking like it's just a day of my life. Of so many amazing, joyful days I experienced. It's just like not easy days of my life today. So why I get to focus on that day when I get to have so many amazing other days in my life? So like I feel like it's all about the heart, the way you connecting with your heart, the way what heart wants to express to the world. And it takes time. It can be poems, it can be art, it can be like different types of like creativity, dance, singing, or whatever you feel like to create to the world. Because I feel like we all have gifts, and not so many of us like working on this gift. Many of that, like I didn't even pay attention to that because I remember when I was living in Norway and my life was amazing, was like amazing life. I had amazing, like, everything was so great. So like, top, I would say. And I got so bored and I got so like, kind of like depressed. That was my first kind of like a depression, like a adult depression that I went through. And of course it was like a weather affected me a lot because it's no sun, 6 months, no sun. I was living north of Norway. And I remember that I started to create. I started to create a lot of art. Like I did a lot of different paintings and I was doing a lot of different like postcards myself. I was creating like different things just because I was feeling like bored. I was sewing things, like creating some clothes. I don't know. It was like many things I was doing because I had time and I was like so depressed. And doctor, she was like said to me, okay, go to like do whatever you want, like do an express, try this, try that. So I would say like I had like some navigation through the time because I didn't know. And I was open enough to go and explore. And I feel like that's why I was not, I was not closed-minded or I didn't want to close my mind because I was like stuck, or I want to isolate myself. And the opposite, I want for like a exploration, what it is, because when I started to work as engineer. And I remember that by working as an engineer, by doing all the work, I understood that it was not me. That was not, I mean, I was successful, in my work. Everything was great. The thing is, it was just not me. It was not my passion. Even so, in the beginning, the first year was like a lot of like, I was very excited because it's a new environment, new people, different stuff that I was curious about. And I was learning about that for years, right? And here I am, like, I understood that it's not something I want to do. It's not something I'm passionate about. And I started to ask myself what I'm passionate about, what I want to do in my life, how I want to live my life. And by actually like doing that, I understood that I get to be open to learn. I get to be open to create and be creative. And that's why I feel like the people around me was so nourishing. I'm so grateful for that because they actually helped me to create. They helped me to be in a space of creative flow because they navigate me or like they guide me a little bit around. And I'm very grateful for that because not just for that, because also I've been open to do that. I've been open to work on that myself, right? Because like they were guiding me and the same time I was doing the work, right? I was doing the whole like action towards where I get to go. And I'm just feeling like every time in our life when we have opportunity and we have teachers around us, they're not teachers. I would say them the guide, the guide who's kind of like just giving you some very gentle, beautiful suggestions that you can work on. And it's up to us to decide on how we want to improve it. Or do we really want to improve it or not? It's up to us to decide, do we want to work on this side of ourselves or not? Everything is a choice. And that's why I'm like learning through my life. I make the decisions that I made the decision. Maybe some of the decisions I made was not the good decisions. Maybe many of them was not good decisions. I don't know. Maybe many of them was good decisions. I don't know. The most important, I know I'm living my dream life. I know that all my dreams somehow getting real. I don't know when. I don't know how. I just know they are. And I get to just continue to live, continue to be happy, continue to enjoy each day of my life. Everything just unfolds, the opportunity will arrive, and I know when there's opportunity connected to my dream, like the dream I want to create or the dream I want to live in this lifetime, I will take that opportunity. I will take that opportunity and I will work on that opportunity and make that happen. If it's the right opportunity, it will unfold in a natural way. If it's not a right opportunity, it will not work out. So like sometimes, the opportunity arrives and you don't have energy even to take that opportunity because you're exhausted. You exhaust yourself to the level that you don't even see the opportunity. And that as opportunity, I'm telling you, like absolutely anything. It can be like a work opportunity. It can be like a project. It can be like travel somewhere. It can be like representing something. It can be like love story, and you're not seeing that because you exhaust yourself on such a level that you cannot even see these opportunities around them. Or you see them and you cannot take them because you're so exhausted. So like I feel like each stage of our life, it's a work in progress. And it's okay. Today, like Robin Sharma was in Lisbon. I'm located right now in Lisbon, and Robin Sharma was in Lisbon. Robin Sharma, one of my favorite authors. I was reading all his books, and today he was just 1 hour, like kind of like a 1 hour speech in Lisbon. And I discovered last night, and I had like opportunity to buy the tickets and everything, and all the other things that I could create for myself to experience that today. And I just feel like, okay, it's great to have this opportunity. In the same time, what's my priorities today? But I was like, I had the other priorities, and I was talking to a few of my friends, my very close friends, and said to me, Aisha, it's better that you take the priorities that you have right now than to take, the priorities that maybe like right now doesn't matter. How it will serve you in the next, stage of your life. and the way it will serve you right now. It's not because, I couldn't, she was just in very short trip. It was completely like a very short 1 hour conversation. And I'm like, yeah, it's actually true because she was just on a journey and it was just like a 1 hour, even not even 1 hour, it was a 45 minutes. And she was one of the guests in the show, right? And so I said to myself, it's fine. It's fine. The other opportunity will arise. Even so, I had I would say I had the time, I had money, I had everything to experiencing that. And at the same time, it's about the priorities, right, in life that you get to take in that moment. Even so, yeah, thinking like, okay, I can do that. And at the same time, thinking like, okay, if I do that, I will probably something, will not work out later because I did this. Or maybe it will work better. You don't know. But in the moment, it's all about the priorities that we decided to create or like to live in this case, right? And so for me, I don't feel any regret about that. I know that many other opportunities will arise and I will experiencing that and I will like experience many, many, many beautiful things in my life. The things that I already know what I can create. I already know that all the things that I'm working on at creating something very beautiful. I don't know what. I know that it will be something very beautiful and something magical. I just living it because every time when we live it, we are really experiencing that. And I feel in our life, we forget to live or not, we forget to really like give a heart for that, like living with our heart. And many people living too much with the brain, they don't live with the heart.
That's
And heart doesn't think. Heart is feeling,
right.
it feels.
Yes. Okay.
That's my creativity come from my heart. That was like a long
Okay. I got you. And you mentioned about opportunity and just going for what you want. I believe a lot of us, like you said before, goes in. It starts in the brain. It's in the brain where we live in there, whether we do something or not. I think sometimes we are our own biggest critic, but I think jumping toward the opportunity, whether it's at work or whatever dream we have, I think it's come from a place of fear, like the fear of unknown. Like, what if I go out there and I fail and stuff like that? But you have took on basically just going head first with it, and seeing what comes from it. So with that said, like to the people listening, so what would you say that makes you jump on opportunity after opportunity without fear or without fear of the consequences or fear of failure and so forth? What would you say to that?
never give up on yourself. But when something is connected to your dream, leave it, and enjoy it. It's all about like really creating that experience for yourself. Like I feel every time when I'm living my life, I'm thinking like that is connected to my dream. For example, when I send my art to the space and the opportunity arrives, I knew that it's one lifetime opportunity. I don't know when the next opportunity will arrive. But for example, with the opportunity with Robin Sharma, I know that she will do the tour next year and I can come next year. It's always next year with them. You know what I mean? But these type of like a lifetime opportunities, you get to also know. And it's not about like, your heart knows, your heart feels. So I'm just feeling like always live with your heart and know that all of what we're living at is illusion. So live your dream with bravery, compassion, and passion. Because when we open our heart and living with our open heart, no matter what, life will just become so beautiful and so magical that you cannot even imagine how it can unfold. And you don't need to imagine. I mean, you can, but don't be attached to that either, to that imaginary.
I got you. All right. So, your work has been in festivals, art walks, and event space. So, like, tell me, like, what's even in space. So, like, tell me, like, how has those collaborations been? How they come about? Because you do your artwork, like, when you started young, you do your artwork for your mom and dad, and they put it on the refrigerator for the see. But nobody ever does think about my art can be in space, not just in the world, but in outer space. So like, what was that about? Yeah, what was that like having your artwork portrayed in that fashion, and as well as in the festivals and art exhibitions as well?
For me, it's all about inspiration. Like, I want to show people that to live a dream, it's a choice. To really work towards the dreams, it's a choice. And of course, it's consistent work and it's consistency. At the same time, I'm feeling like when we decided to travel, for example, like first step, just go to the next city or next neighborhood or like, something nearby, like started something very small. And after a while, of course, started like, explore more and more. I'm just saying like people don't give themselves the opportunity to fully explore themselves. They're always scared of something. They're always limiting themselves. They're always giving this kind of like excuses to themselves.
That's it.
Do this, don't do that, and I feel like from my experience, I want to inspire people. Don't create excuses, create solutions. Get over yourself. I used to say like, what's stopping me to create my dream? What's stopping to achieve my dream? Nothing, just myself. So like, just go and do it. Super easy. And maybe like some people would say like, oh no, where to start? Start somewhere. The brain or like the heart will show the way. When you're living with your heart always showing the way.
Right.
Always.
That's basically piggybacking off what you said. Most people end up being in their comfort zone, like what's easy to them, even though it's not really where they want to be, but they comfortable there because of the fear of the unknown. So jumping out there, I would say that lot can change if you just, like you said, go with your heart and see what happens. You never know what can become of that. So I do like the message. So with your art, I did look at a few things on your website. And now, like I said, I took an art class in I did art in school, in high school, but I was majoring in graphic design, and I took an art class as well. So he had us doing various things like abstract work and doing stuff that you put together and you kind of draw what you put together in front of you. So what would you say with your art? Like, what can people take away from your art when they see it? Like, and then also, what's the medium you like to portray the most? Like, do you like to do paintings, or what's your main go-to art style?
I like, for example, I use paper and markers or like a special type of like a marker, or sometimes pencils or pens. I just like to do triangles and circles. My art is more like connected to like I would call to the universe.
Okay.
And connected to the spirituality, to the energy. And I just feeling like everything in the universe is connected somehow. And that's my art is representing the connection of the universe.
Okay.
And of everything in the universe. And I would like to like also when I started to channel my art, it was like all about in the beginning, I was just channeling. And I didn't even think like why I'm channeling, why I'm doing this, why I'm like, I didn't even ask myself why. I was just like doing it because that's what I feel to do in that moment. I was just exploring. I was trying to find the right text. I was trying to find the right media to do that. It took me a while. And, I like to work on the papers because on the bigger, like on a bigger papers, because it gives me this feeling of feel the paper, feel the marker, feel like it's about the feeling. Like canvas doesn't give you the same feeling that paper does. So for me, like, of course, when I'm working on a paper, it takes me way longer time than I when working on a canvas. At the same time, I feel like um, I'm a more like intuitive artist. It's just like coming to me in a natural way. So I just started to explore that part of me, and I understood that I'm a self explore artist. So I created my own kind of like yes, my own line of art, and I'm just feeling like when I started to do art classes, I learned about like art a little bit, went to the art school, and I understood like what's happening in the art school. I was teaching kids as well in art,
Okay.
like a free flow and something like that. And I was feeling like many times, like what's happening in the school, they get a copy, they get a copy the artist. They get a copy, like, oh, do something like, or like, oh, like you get a copy this artist, you get a copy this, like it's every time it's kind of like a copy something until the artist, the real artist from the heart, get to find their own line or their own way of creating art, and it takes them years and years and years. And I'm feeling like I was interviewing hundreds of the artists, like, you interviewing me, I was interviewing hundreds of the artists in Florida some years ago. And I'm feeling like many, many, many of them that said to me, oh, yeah, like for them, art was, was from the heart. And they went to the art school from the, like, since they kids. And, it took them years to discover their own
That's it.
line of the work. And they just said to me, oh my gosh, you find it so like in your own flow, like so early. And for me, for example, when I started to sell my art and represent my art, I didn't count it, oh, it's my first year of my career. Yes, I still was a student of art school, I would say like an art life. And at the same time, I had my own ideas, the way I want to develop it, the way I want to like represent myself and sell my art. And I was selling my art already like very expensive. And I was feeling like people were asking me like, oh, why do you sell your art? You don't have like so many years of experience. I said to them, why I don't have so many years of experience? I'm already engineer, I already built my business. I've already done so many things. So I already have a value of my time, of my, like what a value I create. So I cannot go down because of, I started a new career or something like that. No, my career is continue. It's just, I would say it's more like getting more structure, in the way who I am, the way I am, the way I develop myself. That's why I feel the art is me. I am the art and my life is the art. So I feel like everything, whatever I do, it's art. And when you started to look from the perspective of like we are unique itself, absolutely each of us, the way we're thinking, the way we're bringing solutions, the way we're speaking, the way we're communicating,
Right.
the way we're connecting,
That's
the way we're experiencing things, it's so unique and beautiful.
right.
So each of us is the artwork, it's a masterpiece in this planet Earth. And not so many people look at this in this way. And I started to do that. I said, like, I'm a master, I'm a masterpiece. So what masterpiece of my life I'm creating? Because I have just one life. I get to create a masterpiece. And I said to myself, I'm already masterpiece. I don't need to create. I am the masterpiece. So whatever I leave, it's already master, like a master work, and you started to kind of like lift yourself up, and say like, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. Like you really feel you're winning, you really feel whatever you do, it's a win. Even wake up from the bed, it's a win. So counting your wins every single day. And I'm feeling like to be a winner of life is just living it. It's just living each day. Whatever day you get to live, you just get to live it. It's not about like thinking too much. It's about just experiencing what you have now.
I understand. Okay, so let's talk about your writing. Is still more art, so it's a lot to get into. So let's talk about your book, the Joyful Living Guidebook. What inspired you to create it, and what's the key insights you hope people to take away with it?
Or my joyful living. And that book.
Are you okay?
Sorry.
It's all good. You all right?
Yes.
Okay.
In my joyful living guidebook,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sharing a different simple, joyful experiences that people can create. For example, enjoy your struggle. Find the happiness in anything. For example, a cup of coffee in the morning, or when you're running in the morning, and when you see the sunrise or the sunset. Like happiness is a moment, and I'm feeling like we can create that moment in each day of our life. So I'm just sharing different suggestions what people can create in their life and make that life more joyful or like joyful. So like I just bring, I would say, suggestions to live a joyful life, and many different like chapters, and I added my art in it as well. So it's just very colorful. It is colorful and kind of like playful book. Yes, happy playful book. Really recommended to buy it actually.
All right. So how do you say that you balance a visual art with writing? Or do they complement each other in your creative process?
Well, I have many friends who is a visual artist. I don't look at myself as a visionary artist. I'm more like abstract, like I'm feeling like a world in a energy as energy, and we're all energy, and I'm feeling like we just little dust in the universe, and at the same time we're just flying every day through life, and we get a kind of like um we think we have a control. In reality, we don't have any control of anything, and we're believing that we're having some kind of like ideas and everything with life, like just happening for us, and we just get to enjoy it. And I'm feeling like as an artist and creating art, like I see my visionary artist friends, they have the very strong, very beautiful vision, and the very like structure, and the very like they have the very strong messages to the world. My message to the world as the artist is just inspire people connected to the energy, connected to the colors that, to the colors of the heart. I believe each heart has each heart has a color. So like our body has a color, so we can call it like aura. At the same time, it's all about like the colors and being open to find the colors through the art. That's what I'm doing. I look at my art from the early time. I had way more colors, and I was adding so many colors. I love colors. And now all my work, it can be like more in golden and black, or golden and white, or like I do like black and white, like, so it's kind of like more getting to simplicity level, it's like evolving. So I understood as an artist, you're also evolving, and you kind of like getting your message getting way more clear. And I believe, by being in this journey as an artist, it's like a spiritual journey. It's like very deep spiritual journey that we get to embrace. And I feel like I'm right now experiencing, last 2 years, I would say I'm experiencing more like I still create. And at the same time, I don't create so much that I used to create before. And I thought I was kind of pushing myself to create more. And I said to myself, no, I can't. I cannot push myself because I get to be gentle with myself. And I started to ask myself, what it is to be gentle? What it is to actually be gentle towards ourselves? And I started to kind of go deeper towards this ideas of being a gentle and be loving and being caring. And deeper I started to go inside of me, I started to say to myself, I get to give nourishment to this little child that's inside of me, that I get to kind of like communicate better what that child wants right now. And deeper I communicating with that child, the child right now just want to relax, like want to relax, do nothing. And I'm like, in my life, it wasn't even impossible to do nothing. I always do a lot, like a lot, all the time. And it was first when this message came to me, and I'm like, do nothing. It scares me, it really did. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not possible, And I started to reject that idea, and more I'm rejecting that idea, harder it is, So I started to learn how to relax more, because when you don't know how to relax, and like you don't have even like the idea what relaxation is,
Right.
and you get to kind of again using your imaginary, and me as a artist, I started to think like, what is to be like a relaxation? It's a meditation, it's a breathing, it's like dancing, it's like how I get to kind of experiencing the relaxation. So it's like I started to go into this exploration of me being an artist. So I understood like through dancing, for example, I started to take like a tango classes, and I'm already dancing Latino, like different Latino dances. And it was my next stage. I was like thinking about tango many years ago. And I have some friends who are doing tango, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a time to do like a tango. Maybe it's a time for me to, kind of experiencing all these amazing things. And I started slowly working towards that. I started slowly kind of like moving towards its relaxation. And now I understood I'm creating still, and at the same time, I don't create in that speed I was creating before. And I'm accepting that as well. I just know that maybe there's some kind of like a stage in life that I get to just accept, not like pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. I get to love myself, like learn how to self-love me, or like care about myself in more like a gentle way, and understand that I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm in a God's hand. And I'm feeling like when I am in a God's hand, I'm feeling more and more relaxed. When I'm feeling like I'm safe, I'm feeling more and more relaxed. And more I feel relaxed, more I'm started to feel the enjoyment within me more stronger and more like happier. I feel like way more joyful within me. So it's like, I would say it's spiritual journey. It's very like deep spiritual experience itself.
Okay. So your book focuses on joyful and joyness and well-being. So would you say
Yes,
that creativity and happiness are connected?
yes.
Okay. And like how would you make the connection?
Me, like everything in life is connected. It's like I would say the sadness connected to the happiness, happiness connected to the sadness. You can create, for example, a joyful sadness or joyful happiness. Everything has the I would say like these levels of whatever you experiences in life. They have the layers, and in all these layers, you get to find a balance. So like to find that balance in your life and structure that balance in your life takes time and patience, and of course intention. You get to have you got to be very intentional what you want to create and why you want to create it. Because deeper you started to connect with universe or with the God in you, you started to realize that how powerful we are, how much we can create in this world. And at the same time, you don't have even control over it. When you started to create, you get to go with the flow and don't stop. Don't be scary of your own powers, because it's just so magical, and it's just so beautiful, and it's just so like unconditional. I don't know, it's just so limitless how much we can do.
Definitely. I believe so many of us have a lot of abilities that we just really haven't tapped into or don't think is anything there. But basically, like when you was first started as a child, all those dreams and things that you was acting out, that was really you being at your most creative self. And then I think when we
Exactly.
get a little bit older, we tend to like put those away and suppress that. But if we just really like, kind of, as I say, tap into our childhood and everything, it would really flow out a whole lot better and everything. But I think that's very important that we definitely connect those two forces, creativity and happiness. So I like your message on that. So you built a life that merges creativity with freedom and exploration. So how do you maintain balance and well-being while constantly evolving?
Well, I think I like more engage myself with the project, and I like to connect with the project that my heart is connected to. And for me, it's important that I create a balance in my life by serving people in a way that it's a win-win for everyone. And I feel like people don't see the nonprofit as a way of win-win, because it's like, oh, we are helping the people who is in need, and at the same time I'm feeling like by being nonprofit, it's like it's actually you giving a people faith, believing in themselves again, or like believing that it's something there for them, that giving them this faith, and I'm feeling like faith is way bigger um, than hope. And I'm feeling like every time when I'm thinking about like a project, I'm right now working with like a two nonprofit, and I'm feeling like every time when I'm seeing what I can create by being part of it and the way we can change the reality, change the community, change the things that happening in the world by being authentic ourselves and by supporting the the community with our passion. That's for me. It's like find that balance and that find that kind of like a way of living and having purpose. And it's for me, it's like win-win where I'm helping community and community. It's like we're supporting each other in a different way. At the same time, everyone is happy. Um, like one of them by receiving this like hope or faith, right? And the other one is like by giving that faith.
Okay.
So it's like a giving and a receiving. So it's like beautiful kind of like way of looking at the world.
Okay, I got you. Like that. All right. So with you constantly traveling and got all this going on, you're very creative and you got the businesses and so forth. So what would you say your personal or wellness practices being that helps you to keep you grounded as an artist?
I do journaling. I journal. I do running in the morning. I do barefoot on the ground. Like in a park or like a grounding myself. I do meditation every day for 30 minutes, to 2 hours. Do like um um like my creative flow, like sometimes I'm dancing, doing like some kind of like a dance ritual. So for me, it's kind of like keeping me feeling my body and connecting myself to my spirit and connecting also to my heart. Yeah.
Okay. So as somebody who has reinvented themselves multiple times, what advice would you give to someone who's wanting to make a big life change but kind of feeling stuck?
I'm repeating, never give up on yourself. Always keep going. Like even so it's not easy. You're feeling stuck. Everyone's feeling stuck time to time. Fine. It's life. It's a part of the experience here. Enjoy that. Learn how to enjoy that as well. Yes, it's not easy. It was not easy for me. Learn how to enjoy that. Really like find a way to enjoy it. Maybe connect with your friends better, maybe like in this moment be more social and find a way to like serve better other people, maybe go in some like a park where you can observe dogs or I don't know, animals, go to zoo, do some kind of like exploration, observation work. So you can actually see that life is continue flow, even you're stuck, and it's like continue moving around.
I like that. So beyond art, let's talk about you built a hotel and property management company. What led you to entrepreneurship and how does that side of your life connect with your creativity?
Well, I think like I've been entrepreneurial all my life, because when I was at school, I always like I was buying like cookies, whatever, small things, and I was selling at school. I was like bubble gum, whatever, different things. Every time I was doing kind of like this, just buying, selling things, and I'm feeling like it's kind of coming through the time, and just getting um more grounded, and it just become part of like reality. You just know how to flow with that and like create anything you want and just take time. And like me personally, I'm giving myself like 3 months first, and I'm seeing how I feel about that. Do I really like it? Do I really enjoy it? Do I really like, And many times in the first month, maybe like in the second month, I'm already to see myself. I don't see myself in this field. I don't see myself like, doing it. So like give yourself like time. And, like when you started something different, I'm like, my recommendation would be like, give yourself the 3 months of experience and work on it. And you will feel, your body will feel that body wants to be in that field. Because the funny thing is what's happening with the body, it's just happening natural. You're just naturally getting into the field that you decided to be in. And it just kind it's very, very fast started to kind of like grow around you, like, like moving and shaping you, I don't know, shaping you. And I'm feeling like that's the right, make you scary, make you like crazy. So that's the right, approach. And no, believe me, that's the right field you're in. If you like feeling with rejection, the body is the opposite reject, like something is rejecting you, like you're feeling that energy doesn't let you in, it's not right. You get to understand about the energy, and energy works in such an amazing way. It's just like easily, like kind of like sucking you in, and easily it's like kicking you out when you want to get in or out. And give yourself that time to, to go in that wave. I call like it's a you're a surfer in this moment, and you have a wave to surf,
I got you.
and you don't know how big wave it can be. Like the wave, yes, the wave can take you, and you can just very easily go with that wave, or the wave can just like smash you, and you just get to trust, this is what it is.
A lot of artists, no matter if they doing artwork like you do, or they got some kind of literary works, or if they making music or however, a lot of them have trouble turning their passion into a financially valuable for them. So like, how would you say you are a success in that field, making your art commercially valuable or financially?
Well, I would say it's all about continue to create, continue to stay created, or continue to stay connected to your art collectors and the people who already bought your art before, and who enjoy your art, and talk to them again when you're creating a new art or new project. They are your first investors, and they would appreciate you because you're still doing you. You're still living your dream. You're still creating no matter what's going on in your life. And many, many people know that artist life is not easy. And I feel that the artist path is the easy one. And the same time, that more noble one. So always trust in the journey and stay connected to life, to everything around, and communicate you need with the world, and communicate you need with the people who once or twice invested in you. So they will always be there for you. Sometimes they're not, many times they are, I believe.
How would you say about marketing and selling your work? Like, what's your
But
approach to that?
I don't do any marketing, honestly. I'm just like, I have my Instagram page. I'm not working on a marketing strategy. I believe like I'm just doing my art for myself in the first place. And of course, if it's going to be recognized worldwide, it's going to happen naturally. That's what I believe in, like, um, and I don't want to, I'm not rushing to like go and, for this like famous or popular or whatever. I'm feeling like I'm here just like living my life. I'm here to create. I'm here to help whenever I can help. And I'm here to enjoy and create, like, create my art for myself and people who appreciate it. That's it.
I got you.
I'm not here to like please other people. I'm here for in the first place to please myself and my own needs, and you know, to be selfish. And that's what I learned about artists. Artists is selfish, and at the same time, it can be like a selfish healthy and selfish unhealthy. So find your selfish healthy, because ego is your friend. Ego is always helping you, protecting you, and helping you to grow and helping you to be authentic yourself. And at the same time, become friends with your ego
Okay, I got you.
in a good way and be, healthy yourself.
I got you. So basically, love what you do a good job. Everything that's gonna follow. Basically. Okay. Okay.
I believe in that. Yeah.
Okay.
Consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. I like that. So you working on your current work you're working on is the art walk in Miami. Like, can you share more about your project and what people can expect?
Well, Artwork Miami, it's a project that started probably like 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago. And we started to do it in Greenwood, actually in Little Havana. And now it's getting bigger and bigger. It's a nonprofit. So the artists from Miami can join the artwork. They can create the art in the walls. They can create the installations. We're giving the grant. We're right now applying for the bigger grant so we can give the opportunity to the artists of Miami to create more art and in the street, and have all the necessary supplies, necessary tools, and we planning to get them as independent contractors as well, some of them, and helping them to create more beautiful things for the world.
Okay. All right. So explain to me, like, what is an art walk like? So do y'all close a street down and then y'all just...
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's just like a street that in Miami that created art, like on the different streets in Miami. It's not just one street. It's like different streets in Miami that's filled with art, more and more art.
And then so y'all just showcasing y'all art on the street. Is this art just to be just shown, or is it like y'all selling the art, or how is that going?
No, it's not like we're giving the opportunity to the artist to install this art. Our nonprofit paying to the artist or the art supplies, or we getting the grants, and after we're helping them to have that artwork in their art street. Yeah.
Basically giving them exposure and voice. Okay. Gotcha. So do you have any dream projects or collaborations you love to bring to life in the future?
Yes, I'm right now like learning to sail, and I want to sail around the world, but it's like a long-term project. Now I just want to like sail around Lisbon and Portugal. Let's see, cross the fingers.
But you're going to get it. You're going to do it.
I know. It's happening naturally anyway.
So what's next for your creativity? Any new medium styles or ventures you're exploring?
Right now I'm stuck. I'm not creating so much. So let's see what's next, what the journey will bring. I'm just managing things, and organizing some projects, and that's it. I'm not I'm working with some of my artwork. It's a canvas, acrylic, and markers. So I'm working for like I think right now 3 pieces, and I would like to kind of get to the 16 pieces that we have on my solo exhibition this year. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
For now, I have just 2 pieces that I still haven't finished.
Definitely. I understand. Like, it's always something you're working on. And
Exactly.
All right. I understand that. So we can kind of end more on this. Like, so for anyone listening who is an artist, entrepreneur, or somebody who just looking to embrace creativity more fully, what's one piece of advice you would like to leave them?
Always follow your dreams, follow your heart, and always believe in yourself. Nothing is stopping you except yourself. Do it, create it, enjoy it. Joyful living, namaste.
I like that. So again, one last time, where can we find you? Where can we see your work at? Shout that out.
You can find me on my website, Aisha.today. It's AISHA.today, where you find my artwork, where you can find what I'm doing right now, my projects, my book, investment opportunities, and everything is on my website. And I'm creating right now the new website called joyfulliving.com, where you can find my Joyful Living program and also about my book over there.
Cool. Thank you for coming to the show. And until next time, you are welcome back. And this been all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Aisha Makara, and I've been your host, Trea Da Fit Artist of Sculpt N Create.
Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. If you are looking for a fitness coaching to help you reach your goals, want to join our animated network for fitness guidance, collaboration, community, and networking, or are interested in being a guest on the show, check out the links in the description. Stay creative, stay fit, and we'll holler at you next time.